Ever feel like you're drowning in information,
Mm-hmm.
but still thirsty for knowledge?
Yeah.
Well, today, we're diving into something that might just change
Okay.
the way you learn and solve problems.
Interesting.
It's called meta-prompting.
Okay.
But first,
Thanks, sir.
a quick recap on prompt engineering.
All right.
It's basically how we talk to AI
Yeah.
to get it to do what we want.
Right.
But traditional prompting can be
Yeah.
a bit of a hassle.
Yeah.
Lots of trial and error,
Mm-hmm.
especially with complex reasoning.
Yeah.
But what if there was a smarter way
Oh,
to talk to AI?
interesting.
A way to unlock its true problem-solving potential.
I'd love to hear about that.
That's where meta-prompting comes in.
Right.
It's like the next level of AI interaction.
Mm-hmm.
We're shifting from content-focused to structure-oriented.
Structure-oriented.
It's exact.
So instead of just telling the AI what to do,
Right.
we're teaching it how to think.
How to think.
Yeah.
Meta-prompting breaks down tasks into structured prompts, focusing on the how, not just the what.
Interesting.
It's like giving someone a recipe
I see.
instead of just a list of ingredients.
Okay.
The research paper we're looking at actually has an example of a meta-prompt
Okay.
for solving quadratic equations.
Quadratic equations, right?
It walks the AI through identifying coefficients, calculating the discriminant, and then using that to find the solution.
I see. So it's breaking it down
Yeah.
step by step.
It's amazing how it guides the AI through the whole process.
Right.
So it's not just about the formula. It's about the logic.
The logic,
This structured approach leads to some amazing benefits.
Like what?
Well, the research mentions enhanced reasoning,
Okay.
increased efficiency, and even token efficiency,
Token efficiency.
which is super important for real-world AI.
Right.
So it's not just about solving a specific problem,
Right.
but giving AI a more generalized
Right.
problem-solving ability.
Oh, wow.
It's pretty mind-blowing.
It is.
The possibilities are endless.
Mm-hmm.
Faster scientific discovery,
Okay.
more personalized learning,
Yeah.
even art and music creation.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
This could revolutionize everything.
Wow.
But, okay, let's zoom in a bit
Okay.
on the structure of these meta prompts.
All right.
So the example we talked about is for quadratic equations.
Right.
But the research also mentions success with other data sets,
Okay.
like math and GSM-8K.
Interesting.
So the content changes, but there's an underlying structure.
I see.
It's about breaking the problem down into those clear, logical steps.
Okay.
So instead of giving the AI the what,
Yeah.
we're showing it the how.
The how.
Exactly. This shift from content to structure
Right.
is what makes it so powerful.
Powerful. How so?
It allows us to create prompts
Okay.
that can be applied to a wider range of problems.
A wider range of problems.
Okay, so let's go back to that quadratic equation example
Yeah.
and really break down
Okay.
what that structure looks like.
Sure.
It's not just about giving the AI the quadratic formula.
Right.
It's about that framework that guides it through each step.
Step by step.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm ready to dive in.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's start with the first step.
Okay.
In this recipe for solving quadratic equations,
Sounds good.
what's the first ingredient?
All right. So first,
Yeah.
the meta prompt starts by defining the problem.
Okay.
It says, we are given a quadratic equation of the form x tip plus bx plus c is 0.
So it's starting with the basics.
Yeah. Making sure the AI understands
Right.
what kind of problem it's dealing with.
Exactly.
Generally.
Then the prompt says
Yeah.
to identify the coefficients A, B, and C from the given equation.
Got it.
This step makes sure the AI has all the information it needs
Right.
before moving on.
Like gathering the ingredients
Exactly.
before you start baking.
Yeah.
Okay. So what comes after that?
That brings us to
Yeah.
the discriminant.
Okay.
The prompt tells the AI to calculate the discriminant B beta 4AC.
Ah, the discriminant.
Yeah.
I remember that from high school algebra.
Oh, yeah, me too.
It tells us how many solutions
Right.
the equation will have.
Exactly.
Does the meta prompt use that information?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
It goes on to say,
Yeah.
based on the value of the discriminant, determine the number and type of roots
Okay.
the equation has.
So the AI isn't just blindly plugging in numbers. It's actually making decisions
Yeah,
based on the discriminant.
that's right.
That's pretty cool.
It is.
So it's like building in conditional statements.
Oh, I see.
If this, then that.
Exactly.
It's giving the AI the power to handle different scenarios.
Different scenarios.
This is really fascinating.
It is, isn't it?
I can see how this can be applied to all sorts of problems.
Absolutely.
It's like we're not just giving instructions, but teaching the AI to think critically.
To think critically.
It's like we're moving from giving it a fish to teaching it to fish.
I love that analogy.
I know, right?
It's perfect. But
meta prompting is still pretty new. And like any new technology, it has its own set of challenges.
Right.
What are some of those challenges?
One of the biggest challenges is actually designing the meta prompts themselves. Finding that right level of abstraction. Can be tricky.
Tricky? How so?
You want it to be general.
Right.
But also specific enough to guide the AI. It's a balancing act.
A balancing act.
Yeah.
Too general and it might miss details.
Exactly.
Too specific and it loses its adaptability.
Exactly.
So it's like giving directions, but only using landmarks.
Landmarks. So
go past the big tree, then turn left at the blue house.
I see.
It might work for a simple route, but for something complex, you need more precise instructions.
You need those details.
And I imagine that level of detail changes depending on the task.
Oh, absolutely.
A meta prompt for writing a poem is going to be way different than one for analyzing financial data.
Totally different.
So you need that domain expertise.
Oh, definitely.
You can't just throw any meta prompt at any problem and expect magic.
No magic wands here.
You need someone who gets it.
Yeah, you need that understanding.
Whether it's literature, finance, whatever.
Exactly.
It's about collaboration.
Collaboration.
Between AI experts and those domain specialists.
That's the ideal situation.
So human expertise is still key.
Absolutely.
Even as AI gets more sophisticated.
We're not obsolete yet.
And that leads to another point. Human oversight.
An oversight.
We can't just trust the AI blindly. Even with a perfect meta prompt, we need to be involved. Checking the results, making sure it's on track.
Like training a new employee.
Exactly.
You don't just give them a task and walk away.
You got to check in, give feedback, make adjustments.
Exactly.
And with AI, that oversight is even more important.
Why is that?
Well, we got to make sure it's not just generating results, but generating good results.
Good results mean
results that are reliable, ethical, aligned with our goals.
That makes sense.
And that brings us to the bigger picture. The ethical implications.
Oh, right.
Even if we solve the technical challenges, we still need to think about responsible use.
I agree.
How do we prevent bias?
That's a big one.
These are questions we need to discuss.
We need to talk about it.
AI researchers, ethicists, policymakers. Everyone needs to be involved.
I think so, too.
It's not just about building smarter AI, but building a smarter
society.
One that can use this technology wisely.
I like that.
Okay, so we've talked about challenges and oversight. But what about real-world examples?
Oh, a good question.
Is this just theoretical, or is meta prompting actually being used?
Yeah. It's still early days. But there are some exciting real-world applications.
Like what?
Well, one area is education.
Education?
Yeah. Researchers are developing AI-powered tutoring systems that use meta prompts to personalize learning.
So it's adapting to each student.
Exactly.
Imagine a system that analyzes a student's strengths and weaknesses. And then creates a custom learning path.
Wow.
Using meta prompts to guide them.
That would be incredible.
That's amazing.
It is.
What other fields are seeing these real-world applications?
Well, healthcare is another one.
Healthcare?
Yeah.
Okay.
Researchers are using it to analyze medical images.
Medical images. That's incredible.
It could lead to earlier diagnoses.
Wow.
More effective treatments.
Are there any examples?
In, like, creative fields.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Some musicians are experimenting with meta prompting to compose music.
Wow.
They're creating meta prompts that guide the AI through different musical styles.
So it's like giving it rules, but letting it explore within that framework.
Exactly.
That's amazing.
It really is.
It challenges our ideas of creativity.
Of what it means to be an artist.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What about environmental science?
Oh, that's a good one.
Any examples there?
Yeah, researchers are using meta-prompting to develop climate change models.
Climate change models?
Yeah.
Wow.
To help us mitigate the impacts.
So meta-prompting is being used to address these huge challenges.
It has the potential.
That's inspiring.
It is.
It shows how meta-prompting can make a real difference.
A positive impact.
And this is just the beginning.
Oh, definitely. I can only imagine what the future holds.
It's going to be fascinating.
It's exciting.
Very exciting.
But also a bit daunting.
I understand.
It's important to use this wisely.
Oh, absolutely.
To think about the ethical side of things.
We need to be responsible.
Responsibility is key.
It is.
This has been an incredible deep dive.
I've enjoyed it.
So much to think about.
I know, right?
From the technical details to the ethical considerations.
That's all connected.
But before we wrap up,
I
want to explore one more thing.
Okay.
We've talked about the practical side.
Right.
But what about the philosophical implications?
Ah, interesting.
Meta-prompting is a tool.
Yeah.
But it makes us rethink what it means to be intelligent.
What it means to be creative.
Yeah.
It really does.
It's like we're blurring the lines between human and artificial intelligence.
I know.
If AI can learn to reason to solve problems, what makes us unique?
It makes you think, doesn't it?
It really does.
What is that spark?
That human element.
Yeah. I think meta-prompting forces us to look deeper at ourselves.
At ourselves, how we think.
Exactly.
The research paper mentioned that meta-prompting allows for fairer comparisons between AI models. Because the prompts are structured, it removes bias from the evaluation.
I see.
So if we're evaluating AI more structurally, how much of human thought is also structured?
Interesting question.
Maybe our brains are running meta prompts all the time.
All the time, right.
Without us even knowing.
That's a fascinating thought.
I know, right?
It is.
So if we're teaching AI to think more like us, can we learn from how AI thinks?
That's a great question.
Can we reverse engineer it?
I think so.
That's where it gets really interesting.
It does.
It's not just a one-way street.
Right.
As AI gets smarter, we might gain new insights into our own minds.
Into our own minds.
It's like a feedback loop.
Yeah, I like that.
AI learning from us and us learning from AI.
That's powerful.
The research paper ends with this thought-provoking statement.
What does it say?
If meta-prompting can revolutionize problem-solving, what problems are you ready to tackle?
Wow.
It's like a challenge. A challenge to humanity.
What are we capable of?
Exactly. Yeah. It's not just about what AI can solve.
Right.
But what we want to solve.
What we prioritize.
As a society.
Exactly.
We're at this pivotal moment. AI is becoming more powerful. Yeah. More integrated into our lives.
It's changing everything.
And if meta-prompting is already raising these questions, imagine what the future holds.
I know.
It's a little daunting, but also exciting.
It is exciting.
It's the spirit of exploration.
An unknown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't shy away from the big questions.
We keep searching.
We keep pushing forward.
Exactly.
This deep dive has been incredible.
It has.
We've gone from the technical details to a philosophical exploration.
I know.
Of intelligence itself.
That's what I love about these conversations.
It's amazing how AI is shaping our world.
It's changing everything.
And how we are shaping AI.
It's a two-way street.
It really is.
Yeah.
I hope our listeners are leaving with this understanding.
What understanding?
That this isn't just a technology story.
Okay.
It's a human story.
A human story.
The future of AI is the future of humanity.
I agree.
So as we develop these tools, we need to do it responsibly. With awareness.
Of the impact.
Of the ethical implications.
But also.
With a sense of wonder. We're pushing boundaries.
Right.
Unlocking new possibilities.
Exactly.
That's something to be excited about.
I am excited.
Me too.
It's an incredible time to be alive.
It is.
Yeah.
To our listeners.
Yes.
Keep asking those big questions.
Don't be afraid.
Keep exploring.
Keep learning.
And keep pushing the boundaries
of what's possible.
Of what we can achieve together.
I love that.
Thanks for joining us.
It's been a pleasure.